FIGGIE fiends and collectors, this is me, DanielEast1000, back again with another video. Today we're going to have a look at my haul from Star Wars Celebration 2023. We've got a lot of stuff to go through, so I'm just going to crack on with it. There you go, good old look at it. Hopefully it'll give you a bit of a tease to some things that you're going to see on the channel. Star Wars Celebration, I don't need to re-say it, but I will anyway. What an amazing experience I had. I went up with a couple of buddies of mine. I also met up with RoboQuiff Collects, who is awesome guy. Check out his YouTube channel, he's absolutely lovely, and he has a sick collection, absolutely gorgeous. So go over to him, give him some love, links will be up there to his channel. Me and him actually will be doing a live stream on SithLord229's channel, where we'll be talking about the minutiae of what went down at Celebration. If you want to hear more about that, then live stream details on screen now, and link to that if it's already live when you come to watching this for whatever reason will be there as well. In this video we're going to focus purely on the haul element. Let's get into that now. It won't be a blow by blow, but it's always good to start off with. I arrived in London, and naturally the first place to hit up is Forbidden Planet. So me, RoboQuiff, my buddy of mine, went up to Forbidden Planet and undid a teeny weeny spend, 20 quid, which was pretty decent for me. So first and foremost, I got Princess Leia, comic book series. Did not want to pay 30 quid for this. It's not worth 30 quid. I waited and waited, and Forbidden Planet finally got these discounted down to £9.99, of which I'm not going to sniff, I'm not going to grumble at. That's a decent price for this. Really happy I picked that up for the right price. So, next up, Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron. Wave 2 of the blind boxes were there, and I picked up 2 of them, 2 clone troopers, but I'm not going to complain about that, because if I ever do get the LAT gunship, of which coincidentally Forbidden Planet had, but I put down just because I didn't want to overdo it just before Celebration, I've got some clones to fill a LAT gunship if and when I do get one. So I'm pretty happy with those little speeder bike boys. So that's all I got from Forbidden Planet, which I'm pretty chuffed about. That was the day before Celebration, so I got booked into my hotel, yada yada yada. Celebration happens, queue up. We got in and noticed that the main panel on opening day, no room at the inn, let's say. Couldn't get in. A little bit gutting, because that was a Lucasfilm showcase, and they did show and tease a lot of things, which I missed, but that's fine, because while everyone were in there, I jumped, along with me and my buddies, into the Star Wars Celebration store queue. And this is where my haul for the Celebration store comes in. I picked up, because I didn't have a lanyard, so prepared, I did pick up a lanyard so that I could put my passes on. As you can see here, I really do like the lanyard as well. Very nice design. Love the colour choice. Star Wars Celebration Europe 2023 logo there. So that's pretty cool. It was more of a necessity. Need to have these on display at all times apparently. Moving on. Got to have a show guide, haven't you? It's got to be done. Last time I went to Celebration Europe, which was in 2016, I only picked up like 1 t-shirt, and that was for Rogue One, because that was the panel that I went into. So this time I thought I'd go a bit all out on it, t-shirt wise. So I got obviously Star Wars Celebration Europe t-shirt for 2023. Very, very nice. And also, Star Wars Celebration sport jersey, if I get wording out right again. I don't do sports, but I thought that looked very cool. There we go, 23 on the back, Europe. Very nice design on there. Bit smelly, because obviously I was wearing it on one of the days, so that's going to need to go in the wash to get my nerd sweat off. And also, because Andor is probably my favourite bit of Star Wars content at the minute, I'm obsessed with it. I saw this advertised and I was like, oh, I need that, because it just reminds me of not only the show, but obviously me and SithLord229 went to Middle Peak Quarry. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. I had a really good time there. But it's in the style of the prison digs from Narkina 5. So I was like, I need that. I need that because it brings memories of both Celebration, Andor, and also going to that location. Bloody hell, it's absolutely hammering it out there. It's been lovely the past weekend, but it's proper raining, kid hell. Anyway, yeah, so I needed this just because it has a lot of memories attached to it on programme. And then the last t-shirt I got, again inspired by Andor. This one was, yeah, had to be done. Leuven Rails, Galactic Antiques and Objects of Interest. So damn cool, again. inspired from Andor. I had to have that. Also picked up this patch, celebrating 20 years of Clone Wars. There's a bit of a, oh, chuck it in, I'll have that, go on then, which kind of worked out quite nicely because I did go and see the Clone Wars panel at Celebration. I really did enjoy that. It was just really nice listening to the cast and crew, obviously Dave, talk about the Clone Wars. It's a bit of a spur of the moment picking this up, but it's got a nice memory attached to that now. And then the last thing, I say last thing, this was the main thing I wanted to get from a Celebration store. How daft is that? A bunch of glub shittos. It's Nice Noodles, Max Rebo and Droopy McCool. It's the free pack. Basically, they were selling them all individually, but if you bought the big box set of them, it was a little bit cheaper. Just, that box was so chunky, I was lugging it around Celebration with me. I probably should have done the sensible thing, which was to bin the box. So yeah, because I did accumulate quite a total from the Celebration store, they were like, oh well, you've got 2 incentive pins that you'd be able to get. You won't get them for free, no, you got the opportunity to add an extra tenner or so into the pot value of what you've just bought. So stupidly me, I was like, oh yeah, I'll have a Ahsoka. Yeah, no, I'll have the exclusive little Ahsoka. But then also, I saw this glub shitto, and I think this is a running trend with this whole haul. I've just said to myself, I want to buy as many glub shittos as I can from Star Wars Celebration. And so, one of the biggest ones ever, I picked up Jackson as well. So, he's pretty damn cool. And that was my haul from the Celebration store. And I think that was the most I spent at Celebration in one place. Moving swiftly on, I only picked up 2. Yeah, you heard that right. 2 Star Wars Black Series from Celebration this year. And it wasn't the Hasbro exclusive, because I wouldn't have been able to pick it up from there anyway. That's fine, that's all good. Anyways, I picked up another glub shitto, Constable Zuvio. Remarkably, everyone says, oh, this figure was so easy to find at retail. You know, but biggest peg warmer, blah, 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 blah. I personally, I think I've only ever seen it once at retail. That was at Forbidden Planet. Maybe I've scratched it from my memory, but honestly, the opportunity's never really arisen for me to pick it up. Until now, we were at the In-Demand Toys booth, saw this for 15 quid. I'm like, actually, yeah, I need him for that price. So there he is. I finally have, after all these years, Constable Zuvio. I got him for a pretty decent price, so I'm looking forward to having him open, getting him all displayed up. Something a bit newer though. I was hoping to get a Mara Jade, but immediately wiped out, gone. So hopefully when anyone gets any restocks of her, I should be able to get her. But from the comic book series though, I did get Dr. Aphra. This is going to go very nicely with my Black Chrysanthemum comic book style. Next up, it is Lucasfilm related, not so much Star Wars, but because Indiana Jones is under the Lucasfilm banner, at Celebration they did show off some Indiana Jones stuff. I kind of got built on the hype train, so initially I got Chasm, who's one of the newer figures that they've released. Weird choice initially for this Adventure Series line. Very cool nonetheless, so I was like, I need to pick him up, just because we didn't really get him in 3/4 inch. And well, this is my opportunity, so I struck the iron hot. And here he is. We'll be opening him up. I probably will do a review on him. But there are other figures that I need to review first, because after the Hasbro panel, I wasn't there for it. I was actually in the making of Clone Wars retrospective thing. Came out of there, and obviously they've revealed all the new stuff, so I was having a look around the Hasbro booth, and the Indiana Jones stuff they're releasing, I really want to congratulate them, because honestly some really cool stuff is coming out, and that's what prompted these next 2 buys. So as soon as this was getting towards the end of this, like the actual closing of the show for that day, so I dashed from the Hasbro booth to In-Demand Toys to pick up these 2, and I was hoping to get Marion as well, but they'd sold out of her. But I did get Sala and Rennie Belloc, so I'm just one more figure away from completing the Ark of the Covenant, and that's Marion, which, like I said, sadly couldn't get. But I'm super chuffed with these 2. So that was 6-inch figures that I've picked up. Now to look at some 3 3/4 inch things. And this is where we come into the bulk of my haul. I blame you, Sith Lord 229, for this. This figure line I just find really intriguing. I had a massive itch for it more recently, and I've just kind of gone a little bit nuts deep with my pickups here. Star Wars The Power of the Force 2 was a line that it was kind of around when I was a kid. I never really paid much attention to them, although I did find them kind of interesting to look at just because they're very beefier looking versions of Star Wars characters, and there's something really quite charming about that I really like now. There's a certain sense of fun and goofiness about them, and this line had a lot of, again, glub shittos. First and foremost, I picked up these two boys because I have plans for them. I do want a couple more Stormtroopers because I love this design on them. I love this sculpt. I think they just look so damn goofy. I actually have one already, but I do want a couple of them because I do have a plan, which we will do, fingers crossed, in a video in the near future. So I picked these up from A1 Toys. Oh, as you can see there, £5 each, which is really good. The cards are actually in really good condition as well. What they do have stickers at the bottom there. Yeah, 2 Stormtroopers for a tenner. I really couldn't sniff at that, so had to be done. Picked those 2 up, and because I'm missing a Chewbacca from Power Force 2 line, I picked Chewie up. Again, look how jacked he is, look how ripped he is. I just find these figures so intriguing, so goofy to look at. I'm not too sure what's going on with this packaging, but this is definitely going to get opened up because it's significantly bent and dog-eared. And it was only a £5. Again, you can pick up Power Force 2 figures relatively cheaply, of which is really nice to see. There's a couple of figures which are quite sought after that do see a bit more of a raise in value. Asp 7 droid. Again, really goofy look. Yeah, I had to get Malaki, aka the Rancor Keeper. This guy's particularly memorable as a glub shitto just because he cries when the Rancor dies. There he is there, big fella. £8 as well, you can't sniff at that. And we got the weak weight Skiff Guard again, £5 for him. This one was one that I'm pretty sure I've seen go for a lot more, just off the top of my head. So I was like, I kind of need this one. Death Star droid with the mouse droid as well. That just looked pretty damn cool. And for 10 quid, I thought, yeah, why not? Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've seen that for a bit more. Not only that, it does keep going. Got myself Gurinden, or Long Snoot, the Imperial Smile. I had to get him because, again, another glub shitto. Next up we got EV9D9. You'll make perfect use on Jabba's sail barge. And he was only 12 quid, which I thought, okay, why not? He's another weird one. I've been really determined to find this character at Celebration. Didn't really have much joy until I then started rummaging through A1 Toys loose figure bins. They had like a bunch of figures in these little plastic containers. Didn't really come with any accessories, or at least some of them didn't. This one in particular. So I was like, it's the one thing that you can never find in this figure when you look at it online on like eBay. Usually it's missing all its accessories. So I would really like to find one carded, just because I've really got into the video game that he first appeared in, which was Dark Forces. And so I got Kyle Katarn. They were also selling accessories as well, individually, so I did have a route round to try and find the right accessories to go with him, but alas, we weren't really fortunate. But I picked up a little Power of the Force 2 Stormtrooper blaster, which matches for the character. It's the sort of thing you would pick up in the game. So I got that for him, just to accompany, and that was only like £1. So £9 for him, I thought it was pretty decent. Hopefully I can find one carded, to have a carded sample of it, because I do really want to do a video on Dark Forces. I think that'll be a really cool thing. I've got some ideas floating around in my head, and particularly in terms of a display that I want to do. Hence why I've picked up a couple of Stormtroopers. I've got this guy. There's another thing coming in this whole video that you'll see that will maybe blend it all together. That swings us quite nicely into this beefcake, of whom is one of the big bads in Dark Forces, the Dark Trooper. There's a bit of veining on the card. Picked it up for 25 quid. I thought it was fairly decent. Really split if I'm going to keep this card or uncarded, because I do want to show off the diorama thing that you can do with the packaging. But still, very cool, very nice. Really surprised that I managed to pick this up, particularly on the day that I did, which was the last day that I was there. So, very, very chuffed with him. Next up, and this is one that I'm probably going to keep carded. I was saying to myself, if it gets trashed in transport, then I would open it. But fortunately, he has survived. This is a really beautiful sort of example, I think. You know, it's not perfect, I would imagine, but looking at it, it's pretty decent. There's no veining. There's no issues with the card. There's nothing wrong with the bubble, but I did pick up Boba Fett. I think I'm going to have to keep this card, and I think I'm going to have to get a protective case for him. But I got this one for 25 quid, of which, again, I thought was a little bit rich, but I do know Boba Fett's a very popular character, particularly in Power Force 2, so yeah, if I can get a loose copy of him, that'll be pretty sweet. But this is a carded copy. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep him carded. Yeah, that's Boba Fett. But by last and no means least, I picked up a little play set, because this is what I want to do a little video on. So, naturally, it's the Detention Block Rescue. Your intended figures are meant to recreate the scene from the film, but of course it's a toy. You can do whatever you want with it. You can put what characters you want there. So actually, they display it with Luke, Han, Chewbacca, and the freeing Leia from the prison cell. You know, all very cool stuff. But I want to use this for a different purpose. Because, again, Sith Lord 2 to blame it. He had this set up with those figures, and I'm like, you know what would be really cool, because I've been playing, again, Dark Forces. You know, I could just see a cool little setup with my Kar-Katan there, a bunch of stormtroopers, maybe have him coming out of the prison block there. And again, I picked this up for 20 quid. I think I've maybe paid a little bit more than what I could have got it for. But I just saw it and I thought, you know what, let's go balls to the wall with this thing. And so I picked it up. Bit of an impulse buy, but really, really pleased with that. So that's all the 3 3/4 inch figures that I picked up. That's not everything. I did pick up a few little weird additions as well, and some freebies. Not to forget that either. Did certainly get some freebies, which was quite nice. So let's take a look at those now. So in terms of freebies, I did go to the Micro Galaxy Squadron booth. We got 2 blind bags. One of them will be given to a friend, because they are both the same. But remarkably, we got the chase of R2-D2 and the escape pod. So I think everyone got this one. So that's super cool. That's probably my first chase. And the other freebie I got was a gift from a friend, actually. Nick, who you'll see on screen here, runs a company called NEMA Studios. He's making some really, really cool, quirky stuff. I've been really wanting to meet him for a while, and we've never really had the chance to. Celebration came around, and thankfully enough, he put the call out to me on Facebook, said, you know what, let's get this done. Let's meet up. And he said, I've got a gift for you. For the event, he made a set of 4 different figures for each day. So because I met him on Sunday, he gifted me this chocolate chrysanthemum. This is a custom figure that he's made. And he's got some, like, was it raspberry or strawberry sauce that he's put on him? There's like gold flakes. This was sick. This was such a quirky thing to get. And it's gonna be cherished in my collection, because that's just wonderful. I love the creativity. So bizarre, so quirky. I love it. Thank you very much, Nick, for this. I'm going to cherish that. I'm going to find somewhere special for this. So thank you very much, my dude. And it was an absolute pleasure meeting you. If you haven't checked out NEMA Studios, please do. He's making some really cool, quirky stuff. Well worth checking his site out. So getting into the last bits that I picked up. These were really quirky things that I thought, you know what, I need them. Because I'm a massive Maul fanboy, really been curious about this product line called FIGGIE. I've always kind of really wanted one, but they are a little bit spenny, so I took the opportunity at the convention to pick some up. And well, naturally, because I am a massive Maul fanboy, I got Darth Maul with his robot legs. There are some other versions of Maul, and I was tempted to go back and pick up the other ones, but alas, they sold out. But no, I got Maul with his robot chicky legs, looking very, very fancy there. Not only that, because like I said, I was going to go back to get more, I decided to pick up his broski, Savage Press, of whom was actually a Celebration 2023 exclusive. So it had to be done. I've picked him up. I've got these two to go together. to go on to my slowly growing mall shrine. And I think these are quite nice little additions to that. Very, very different, I would say, to something that I would normally pick up. Yeah, I'm very happy with them. I think the mall was 15 and the Savaggio press was 25. A little bit rich, but I'm okay with that. They'll make some nice different display pieces. And finally, this last piece has a couple of stories to it. First and foremost, this was something I actually had as a kid. I distinctly remember winning this at bingo, an event held at my primary school from what I remember. I can't remember what happened to it, but I saw this and it pulled at me. So not only that story is attached to it, but it's also the fact that at Celebration, I managed to get into the concept art panel that Doug Chang was a part of. And well, even though I wasn't as lucky as RoboQuiff to have met Doug Chan, I did manage to pick up Action Fleet N1 Starfire with the Anakin just there. Absolutely gorgeous. And it also took me back to my childhood owning this thing. So that's my Celebration haul. I had such an amazing time. I'm really pleased with what I've picked up. I'm now going to have a nice rest. Let me know if you went to Celebration yourself and what did you pick up. Don't forget to pop it in the comments down below. And this is me, DanielEast1000, signing out. Thank you very much for watching.